Mm. Freestyle, RJ. We
Freestyle.
back.
Loki is actually a
We
really
back.
good team. You should have been the DJ. That's all. That's all you should have been doing. Then not need to do a computer science degree. Marcus should have been a DJ. That's truly what
Yeah.
this is sounding like.
They're related. It's true. The musical mind and the engineering mind. So, anyways, hey everyone, we're back. It has been 10 years, a decade, as the Romans would say, since the first episode of the podcast, and 5 years since the last episode that we had in the pre-championship. I'm assuming David won. I don't remember what happened 5 years ago. Probably David won, just statistically, or RJ. Actually, that was around the time when RJ was winning. So I'm here with my good and dear friend Rujay Ponceja. Go ahead and introduce yourself, RJ.
Hey everyone, two-time champ here. But yeah, it's been a while. We were a bit of a hiatus, so thanks Marcus for having me back on as the first guest for this season, I guess.
Well, happy. I mean, I think you're more of a co-host. I don't even know if we don't have to put a label on it. I know you're in California, so
Hey,
they don't like doing that.
yeah,
But
we'll also play that by ear. I could be co-host, maybe a little less frequent now, but happy to
less
be
frequent.
here. Happy to get this thing going back up off the ground. So
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, again, it's more for. I mean, it's growing, so we do have a little bit of a cult going. We've gone from 8 to 10. Now we're up to 16. So we'll see. We have a small little following, but it's been a long time. Yeah, I've been around the world. RJ has been around the United States, and and we
coast to
both
coast,
have
literally.
yeah, we both have ring on our fingers now since then. So RJ beat me a little bit to the punch, but I think
It's not a
I guess I
race.
got
It's not
married
a
2 years
race.
later. So wow, that's crazy. Wow, you've been married for 2 years now.
Yep, going into year three, so it hasn't felt that long, but I mean, life really doesn't feel like it's going that long when you're just like when you have a good partner. So I mean, I think that's
Oh,
just
that's
the
great.
case for most people.
That's great. Okay, so I know Shivani's listening to the first episode at least, so we're gonna be there. Yeah, RJ's out in Cali, the Bay Area. I'm out in the middle of West Texas, where I love to be, with my wonderful wife. Shout out to Natalie. Um, but what are we doing? Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Now let's go back to the fantasy football podcast. A little rusty. So happy for everybody who's listening. I think the main thing that we kind of wanted to do, especially moving it away from a weekly thing, was just going to briefly look at the week and make our comments as we do. It's all historical purposes. I'm sure we could go back to the episodes that we listened to before and laugh at some of the predictions or things that we have said. So we'll look at things that happened this week that might have been funny, especially talking about how we played each other. Actually, that was not planned. That's just how it works out.
Not at all.
And then from that, we can look at the first 4 weeks of that and my quiet side. Oh, sorry. And then we'll look at the future and what we think, and me trying to avoid crying about Lamar Jackson probably being out for the next couple of weeks. But yeah,
I think it'll
okay.
be all right though. The Ravens
Yeah,
should
yeah,
end up
yeah.
being all right.
The man who doesn't have Lamar thinks it'll be all right.
I mean, I've also lost two running backs to season-ending injuries, so like it's
It's
all
been
upside from
tough.
here, I guess.
So we didn't talk. It's true. We didn't talk about this, but actually, that's a great point. I think that we should briefly hint on, which is that the league has changed both in the people that we have, and then also just
The
the
format,
rules.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We've done a sleeper league. That's also what's happened in the last 5 years, and then not sleeper. What is it? Keeper league. Sorry.
Yep. We did that for
And
2 years? 3 years?
2 or 3, I can't remember. So. But yeah, we did that, and then we expanded. So I believe we had 8 to 10 people, maybe 12. At some point, we added Sean and somebody else, maybe Tyler, and that pushed us to 12. And then
Yeah,
this
I think
last
that's right.
year,
Yeah.
we have 16, and now it's not a video format. So I'll go down the list that we have. It's me, narcissistic pandas, as always, with my Chat GPT, little Pepe clown avatar. I don't know if you noticed it. I noticed it earlier this week. I didn't mention it because I didn't want to give Dan the satisfaction. But he changed his avatar to me and a clown. And anyway, so it's me versus RJ. Dan plays Caleb. Caleb's back, the first, technically the inaugural season champion, which is pretty
Was he in
crazy.
the league
That's an
before we went on a hiatus?
What's that?
Was he in the league before we went on the 5 year hiatus, or
Oh,
did
Caleb,
he already?
no, no. Caleb was
He
so
was on the
this
initial
is a
2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah, this is again a testament to how much, we're only 30 and I'm about to be 31 though, but it's still pretty crazy thinking about how much this has kind of followed us with life. It's kind of like a dog or a pet in my opinion. Hopefully it doesn't die though, at least. But what I'm saying is like it's crazy because the first year Caleb was with us, he was into the Marines, he went to boot camp, and that's why it kind of became the bot league. Because we called it the bot league because we had Barrett and Corbin, and some of us, half the people went off to, I'm sorry, we all went off to college, and so half the people though kind of fell off for one reason or another, whether they were Marines or busy with college life or whatever. So
Yeah,
that's why we called it the bot league. But Caleb ended up winning because of Kareem Hunt got like a 55-point game or something like that. I think it was Kareem Hunt. I don't know. It was a Chiefs running back, and
yeah,
uh, and anyway, that's how he won. I think he beat Steve. So yeah, he was only there for that first year, and then he left off with the Marines. And then he went to live with me between 2019, I believe, and 2021. And then throughout that, he kind of hinted at and kind of talked about. We had conversations about him joining back in the fantasy, but I guess he never still wanted to do it. And then he finally joined again. So it's been, I guess, 12 years probably since Caleb was there, and he's
I
4
think
0.
that's right. Yeah.
So he
Oh,
picked up
yeah.
right where the bot league left off.
Yeah.
So,
So welcome back, Caleb. Starting off strong. He was worried
yeah,
about it too when we were drafting, but looks like he did
yeah.
just fine.
Well, he did just fine until Tyreek dislocated. Just Tyreek, Tyreek. Yeah,
Let's
I
just
wish I
say
could think
Tyreek
of.
is happy to no longer have to be catching a ball from Tua.
Let's just say he. I can't even do a gangster as an Italian accent. Let's just say his knee is sleeping with the fishes. That sounds like Ted Cruz right there. So that's those guys, and then we have Taylor. I cannot pronounce his last name. Do you know
Manatsa, Taylor Manatsa.
Manatsa? Taylor Manatsa. He's 1-3 right now in the league, and then we have Sean's little brother. It's not Sam. It's Sam.
Sam,
Sam
yeah, Sam.
matches also 1-3. So I guess so. Yeah, Taylor got his
It was a
first win.
battle of the 1 and 3.
It was a battle of defeated and and 1-2. It was his aptly named team, Taylor's aptly named team, Army of Preschoolers, because he drafted, I'm pretty sure, majority rookies, and then there's Daddy
Yeah,
Dak leading the team on. But they finally got it together, and by got it together, I mean all of the old people who got hurt, and then they're able to thrive now. So, 'cause all right, then we have Forrest, as always, great and wonderful. Sean matches as well, the oldest brother, and then we have Tyree, who's actually doing really, really well. I think
I'm
statistically, if
surprised
we were,
actually. I'm
I'm
very
surprised
surprised after
too.
last year.
It's like me or Steve doing well statistically. You could go through our sleeper league, and this is part of the reason why I don't want to go leave. Is that you can go through and it will show you like the overall standings that we've had, and I'm pretty sure Steve and I are at the bottom, and Tyler, I would assume, is
It's
somewhere
close
right
to me.
close
Yeah,
behind. So
I've always been right in the middle. I've just been mid this entire
that's all
time
right.
that we've been a sleeper.
That's all right. High
But
highs and low
when we
lows,
were on
man.
ESPN, I was doing really well. I don't know. I guess just switching the platform kind of maybe just fall off.
I don't know. I can tell you. And we have the one and only soul brother Jason Hahn, and yeah, 2-2. Sorry, we have our king,
Yeah,
tyrannical king, quiet king David, my who's still winning.
he
Actually,
has
got his
three
first
or two.
loss.
Is he tied with me, or does he have more than me now?
I'm pretty sure he has three.
Okay, all right.
But this is
So
also to
he's
show my
overtaking me.
evolution. Go ahead, sorry. This is also to show. Sorry, as I'm drinking, I'm
No, you're good.
dehydrated.
You're
Yeah. This is also to show my evolution of my care in life, which I still care about football and I love it. However, I I forgot that I made it to second place last year. So I made it to the championship somehow, and I lost to David, as many other people have lost to David before. And so I believe that's actually his third or fourth. He's on 3 or 4. I
good.
can't
Gosh.
remember.
No,
All we know is
I
that
think
he's
two of those wins were over Jason actually. I think.
Okay, good,
Oh
good.
no
Well,
no
as
no
long
no no
as
no. One Jason lost to Forrest once, and then I think David once, if I'm
okay,
recalling correctly.
yeah. And there was a time where David, you went back to back, and then David also went back to back.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So, anyway, that's basically who's dominated our league the last 10 years. Okay, we also have Arlen Ramos, who actually beat David. Very surprising, but both 3-1.
He's a championship too,
AG,
actually.
I think, yeah,
I
he
think
was
so,
on
right?
course last year. No, I don't think Arlen's won. Oh, he
No,
might
no, no.
have
He
actually. I think
went
he
from
won
winning
2020.
to going to the poop champ. That's why
Okay,
we made fun of him. It's because how
I
do you
think
go
he
from
won in
winning the league?
2021.
Okay,
I don't know. I'd
I
have to
just
look at
remember
this.
I remember that was the reason we were calling him out. It's like how do you go from being the champion of our league to being the literal bottom of it?
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this right now. Is this accurate? Is this at the end? No, it is accurate. So Adam won in 2020, actually. Wow, I didn't even realize Adam had a ship. The disrespect I did for him. Sorry, you got me on a rabbit trail now because I have the things here. Yeah, Arlen won in 2019.
Ah,
So I
there you
guess.
go. Okay.
Oh wait, see, no, I'm misremembering because Caleb joined in 2019.
Did he?
Dude, that's crazy. What? Am I? Has he been with us the whole time? No, he had to have left. Maybe I wasn't crazy. See, I told you. I thought he was. We had conversations about him coming back. Anyway, this is where my mind's at, audience. So I don't remember everything after living in the Middle East, and trying to get back to where we started. I'm actually very curious now if that was the year. If Arlen won in 2020, did he go down to the bottom? Sorry to distract us here. No, Steve and I, like I said, at the bottom in 2020. 2021. I'm so okay. 2021, Jason lost to David. This is also for historical purposes, just because not
Oh,
an
this
audio
is good. This
podcast.
is good. I like that we're doing this.
2022, Jason came back, all right, and beat Forrest in the championship. Man, dude, 13-1. That's crazy. Oh, no, 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 no. He went 13-1 and lost to Forrest.
Yeah, yeah. That's the year he lost the Forest. Yep.
Dang, but I was no, I was about to say I was third place, but no, that's Arlen making fun of me. Holy cow, dude! Are you David was at the bottom, and he was 3-11 in 2022, and you were there also as well, RJ.
Yeah, that was one of my bad years. Yep.
That's
I'm telling
I
you,
had my name in
it's maybe sleeper, man. It must be sleeper.
I had my name in
Sleeper.
Arabic at that point. I think it changed it to the narcissistic camels. I think that's what I did. That was 2020. Okay, so 2023. I just know I wasn't very close. 2023, David wins again. That's where he went back to back, and he beat Adam again in the
Oh,
finals. And then it must have been last year where I had lost to David. So yeah, David has at least three. I would
okay.
imagine he has three,
Oh
unless he beat
man.
one before that. Man, that was a close one too. I remember that. No, it wasn't. I just remember I remember I couldn't have won. I left Baker Mayfield on the bench, and he had 13 more points. But like, anyway, that's how I like it. You know, when you get beat up, just to know that you didn't have a chance to win. It's a much worse when it's like, oh, if only things were different. Which I think is a perfect transition into what happened this week, RJ. Between you and I, and I was actually surprised by this, but I think it's because I am still shocked at how well Justin Field performed. Because I was like, man, RJ could have won if he didn't play Justin Field, but actually, no, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Oh,
Your
I
best
still would have
lineup.
lost. I didn't see that actually.
I saw that in
So
the
even
week
if
in
I
the
would have
weekly
started
recap.
Stafford. Oh,
Yeah,
dang. Well, just
yeah,
had
your
that.
max points is like 107 or something like that.
Dang. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, I was just holding on for at least the Bengals to at least get a touchdown, and I think I would have been able to pull it out.
Yeah,
But nah, they were just
yeah.
straight garbage. The
I mean,
offense had nothing going.
that's why I gave you GGs, man. Like once, first of all, if a brief recap. I know this is going to be specifically for RJ and I, but the Bengals are playing the Broncos, Steve's current favorite team. We'll see what happens if he moves. And then, what happened was is that the Bengals are historically bad, in my opinion. Especially even last year, they just had Burrow, who somehow put the team on the back and helped save them.
That's just what he
But
does.
now Burrow. has turf toe, I believe. I don't know what that is,
What's
but he
that?
has turf toe,
So
and so he's out for a
basically,
long time. Good,
it's like where plantar fasciitis is, basically,
but
where
yeah,
that
sounds
connects to your
smart.
big toe. So basically, that ligament just rips,
Mm,
and so I don't know if his was like how bad of a tear his was, but
yeah,
it can be. It's just
he
odd.
lost.
Like, why would you name something turf toe? It doesn't. It sounds like a joke, but then that when you describe the injury, it actually sounds really bad.
It's not a joke when you lose your toe after it rips off.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, he's trying to recover basically that ligament right there between the big toe into the bottom of your foot, basically. And so
That's
it's
crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy,
Didn't mean to
especially
cut
if
you
it's a
off
ligament.
though.
No, you didn't cut me off. It's great. It gives me a chance to take a drink. By the way, we're not sponsored, but Kirkland sparkling flavored water, highly recommend.
Hey, I should go
Um,
get one too. I have some right there.
I'm a very big fan. They're very spicy, as some people may call it. It means that they're super bubbly, and I like it because it tickles my tongue. And favorite is orange mango flavor, and they're 40 cents a bottle, even in this crazy economy. So,
Wait, they had flavored ones? I only have the just the basic mineral water.
oh really? No, this is the Kirkland sparkling flavored water. I highly recommend next time you're at
Oh,
Costco.
I'll
They're
take a look at
in a
that.
pack of 24. They come in an orange color, a pink color, and then they come in a kind of red, like vitamin zero or vitamin water triple X color. So I don't remember the flavors. Highly recommend. Also, San Pellegrino flavored water. Those are the two things. Natalie and I have tried every single thing on the drink aisle in of like the sparkly, fuzzy drink aisle of Costco. Those are our two favorite. So,
Huh. All
um,
right. I'll have to give it a try.
anyway,
I'm gonna
not
hold you
sponsored.
to it.
Maybe one day. Maybe you just gotta speak it into existence, right? Anyway,
Basically,
no, I don't believe in that. Okay. Okay, what were we talking about? I'm so sorry. Okay, it was our
we're
team.
gonna
Yes,
yeah. Go
yes.
for
Bengals historically bad, in my opinion. Just atrocious O line. I foolishly, and I will regret this for the rest of it. I think I had the control in the palm of my hands. I instinctively went for the 16th pick because I knew that other people were going to mess up, and they did. A lot of people did, in my opinion, pick the wrong thing. So I had the choice. I did. I had never. I don't think I ever told y'all this. Maybe I did it. Excuse me. We'll have to go back. I did so many mock drafts, like literally. I think
it.
like at least 20. And that way, because I was, and it was nice because I don't know how Sleeper does it, but they make it so that it kind of switches it up. Sometimes people take a tight end
Yeah.
early for some random reason. Sometimes people may take a quarterback. Sometimes it's all receivers, running backs, and mix. It's great. So I felt very well prepared. And the one strategy that I had, the draft strategy I had, literally like boom, 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 like the whole draft, y'all like played right into it. Like did nothing different. I got every person that I wanted. I had every scenario. I should say, sorry, I had every scenario that I wanted. There was nothing where I was like, man, like this kind of has to diverge. And I thought that was hilarious. But I knew one of the trickiest things that was going to happen was who was I going to draft first. And it was basically between Chase Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irving, and Kyron Williams. And I was like, who do I take? I was like, the old people, I got to count them out. I'm sorry, like they're going to get hurt, as we probably will talk about later. That was very prescient. I don't know what the word is, but that was very, yeah. It was like a lot of old people have gotten hurt. And so I was like with the young guys, Kyron Williams, Chase Brown, Bucky Irving. I was like, oh, like I don't really know. Like, can Bucky Irving really solidify his position, or is he going to share it with Rashad White? And I was thinking about, oh, like I don't really know about Kyron Williams. Like, yeah, he's a workhorse. I think he was your. Did you draft him last year? Um,
No, I think Arlem did.
Okay. Well,
I think.
anyway,
I think
he
so.
was. I was like really nervous because I was like, yeah, like, is there really a true workhorse in that kind of system with Sean McVay? I was very nervous about that. And anyway, I picked wrong. I picked wrong, all of them. I think even Joe, I'm very jealous. He wasn't on my radar at all. But the running back for the Bills, that dude's been
Oh,
tearing it up.
James. Yeah, yeah.
James Cook,
He was
yeah,
on my
dude's been
radar
getting
too.
like
Yeah.
20 points every week. Joe picked him up in the third round, which is crazy. So anyway, I have garbage
Wait,
Chase
Joe
Brown.
got him in the third round?
Yeah, dude, you got him in the third
What?
round. Yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, what's crazy is that if we could, I'm sorry, I guess this is gonna take, sorry, I'm just gonna go to the draft results so I can make fun of some people. All
Oh,
right.
a lot of it will be me, man. I'm regretting a lot of my picks.
Okay. Well, let's see. That's not that bad, actually. I thought. Let's see. Okay, so Dan admitted. I think what we can learn from this, if we keep having 16 round teams, nobody wants to be first. Uh, it is not good. I think that. Well, I can't tell from this, to be honest with you, the actual stats, PPR. Anyway, so never mind. Jamar Chase did pretty well, but he. Nah, I'm gonna say actually that's
Oh,
okay.
he's done terrible all year. He has
I
done
can't
nothing.
tell. As he, it looks like.
He had
Oh,
one
these are
big week.
projections. Oh, these are
Yeah,
projections. I see. I understand now. Okay.
he's
Yeah,
had one
one
big
big
week
week.
so far.
That was the week I played against him. We don't have to get into that. We don't have time. And and, and so Jamar Chase, 5 points, 9 points, 7 points. RIP. Second thing, Kemba Walker. In my opinion, I think he's gotten better actually. But that first week it was a little shaky because he didn't really play. Uh, what else we have? No, he did really
Trey.
well.
Trey.
He's doing really well. Who's that? Trey. I think I think Caleb's team scared me, but he's
Yeah,
4-0. So what
Caleb.
can I say?
Caleb scared me actually.
Caleb's team scared. This is Caleb's team: Christian McCaffrey, Jalen Hurts, Tyreek Hill, Rashid Rice, David Montgomery, Tyler Kraft, Kevin
Keon.
Keon Coleman,
Herbie.
Justin Herbert. Bro got two quarterbacks by the eighth round. Washington Commanders, Harrison Butker, Marvin Mims. That's a great pickup, and Corey Tillman. And I looked at that and I was like, this game is about to be. He's not going to win one game. But Christian McCaffrey hasn't gotten hurt, done really well. Jalen Hurts also doing exceedingly well, at least enough. Tyreek Hill was doing pretty
he
good
he gets Rasheed Rice soon.
until that. Rashid Rice, right? He invested, and it's going to work out because he's won 4 games. So even if he loses the next two, it's going to be okay. David Montgomery has been a pretty good pickup, except for this last week. So
Yeah,
anyway, he kind
I
of
don't know what
came
happened this
back.
last
But
week.
anyway, his team's done pretty surprising. What's it? We got Jason with Brian Thomas Jr. Not a very good first round pick. I guess Amon Ross St. Brown is an excellent. CD Lamb,
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
he was doing all
Nico
right.
was
He was actually
terrible.
doing pretty
Nico was
good.
a terrible pick. Thank God
Nico Collins by
Adam
Adam,
did that because I was legit hoping
he's
he
not
would fall to
terrible.
me,
Yeah, he's okay.
and
Okay.
thank God Josh Jacobs was there. Because similar to you, was I wanted a running back, and so I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about all those four running backs at the very end. I was debating
Yeah,
on all of them, and I was like, let me, because I don't know if I consider Josh Jacobs old yet. He's definitely a veteran, but he's not like an old veteran. And I was
he
like,
old.
I'm just gonna bet on him just being a workhorse, and it scared me when I got that injury update, and I was like, oh crap, I've lost all of my running backs this year.
Yeah, yeah. Is he hurt?
I don't know. He said Arlen was telling me he was in and out of the game towards the
Mm.
end. So I
Mm.
think if he would have got more touches, that could have also brought me the win. But if
Yeah,
he goes down, like my season is truly done. Like,
I mean, he's done pretty well. I mean, he's gotten a 130-point game. I mean, he's gone as well as like Chase Brown. Chase Brown, I want to be clear, he hasn't for the first round pick is what it said. Especially when you have someone like Bucky Irving, who's gotten the lowest he's gotten is 14 points basically, and James Cook again. I'm sorry, it's the second round. Forgive me, I was
okay,
mistaken. He got him in the second round.
that's a good second round pick. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but
Because if you
even
would have got
Taylor
him in the
fell all the
third, I
way.
would have been like, that's crazy if you got him in the third.
Taylor fell all the way to the 24th pick. That dude's had 12 points, 30 points, 30 points, 15 points. It's pretty great. Oh yeah, Malik Neighbor. Adam's got Adam. Adam. We'll get to Adams. So that man had a strategy, and I don't know if he was reading Dan's magazines or whatever. Okay, we've diverged a lot. This is like, what are we at? Like 20, 30 minutes? I don't even know. Or 23.
Uh,
That's all right. We still got time.
yeah.
All right. So I didn't win. I didn't deserve to win this, RJ. I already told it to you. I threw up the GGs early on because yeah, I remember the thread now. Sorry, we keep diverging from it. The Bengals are terrible, historically bad, and they have Browning in as a quarterback who's just garbage. Like I am clearly biased, RJ. Hand to God, I'll admit it, biased. I watched that game, and it was so infuriating to have Chase Brown out in the open field with just yards to gain, or at least catches to have, and that man would look at him and then look down the field again, and then he would get sacked. Now the good news is that yeah, sometimes he would scramble out and throw it out, throw it for an incompletion. But the good news is that when he got sacked, I got points, and that's kind of what helped me win. But I really didn't deserve that.
Oh, fair. I didn't see
Uh,
that. Yeah, I know.
like you said, if they would have scored, the only way I wouldn't have lost is if it was Chase Brown that scored. Otherwise, I would
Yeah,
have lost
exactly.
5 points. So they scored 3 points. I don't think they've even scored a touchdown in the last two games. Don't quote me on that, but they've been just terrible. And then Chase Brown, unfortunately, has suffered for that as well. But even in the beginning, I think Chase Brown has set all kinds of wrong records. I know you haven't probably been paying too much attention to it, but literally been setting all the kind of wrong records where he's like the first running back since like the 1930s to have so many carries and average under 2 yards a carry or something like that.
Oh
It's like really
gosh, that's so
embarrassing.
bad.
It's
That's
like
really bad.
really embarrassing. And I don't watch all of the Bengals games, but I can't entirely blame that on it. Part of also Browning's thing and why I have hope still for Chase Brown is because I don't think the coaches blame Chase Brown for it. I think they understand it's the O line. But the other thing is that I'm hoping that somebody can beat it into Browning, the quarterback, to check down the ball so that my man keeps getting his catches and his touches and starts getting me 20 points a game. Um, but oh well. So anyway, what it was like on Sunday, listeners, is you have to understand. I was, in the driver's seat, cool as a cucumber. But I've been around in this game a long time, so I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know what would happen. RJ had, I think you had maybe like 50, maybe even 40 points
Yeah,
before. I guess I could do the math. And so, but I was like, in my head, it just takes one person to have. So this was before the Sunday night game, I think. I was like, it just takes one 30-point person, and then it kind of makes it an even game. And then two 30-point people, if they were somehow to go off, because Justin Fields had gone off before, I was like, it could be close. So I threw up the GG. I threw up the GG in the second quarter because at that point it was the third quarter, I believe, for Justin Fields. Dude just broke off a 50-yard run for a touchdown. he, had, he had 0 points. He had like 3 points, I think. Actually, he had one because I think he had fumbled before that, and then he broke that off. Got 13 points in one play. And then I was like, "Oh, this is getting." And then Cortland Sutton had a touchdown or a pretty good long catch, I believe. I'm sorry. And then at the end of the second half, caught a pass for a touchdown, had his 18 points. I don't think he got any more points after that play. I don't think he touched the ball, maybe once. And so it was looking like you were in the lead. I think it was 105 to like 103 or something like that. And there was still that kind of whole quarter. Justin Fields still had like a whole quarter to play, and then we still had the rest of the game with Sutton. And so that's kind of like I was lost. But thankfully, Browning checked it down a couple of times, and thankfully the Denver defense was still good. And just want to say shout out to all my haters that laughed at me for drafting a defense so early. If I didn't have Denver Broncos, I would have lost. And this is the way it goes. So, okay. Any
I
other comments,
mean,
RJ?
yeah, I mean, just the bane of my draft is basically Lad McConkey, and I should have foreseen this
Oof.
when Keenan got back. And I was
Yep.
like, I had a feeling he was going to cannibalize into it, but I thought
Mm-hmm.
Lad would at least still be able to get some kind of production. But no,
Mm-mm.
for some odd reason, Quentin Johnson decided to finally be able to catch the ball, and so now Lad McConkey is just suffering.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could have told you that, RJ, considering Lad McConkey is listed at 6 feet, but there's no way that man's 6 foot. He's like 5'10", 5'9", maybe.
But
So
he's a
I had
beast.
Lad.
Like, think
I
about
had
him
Lad his
last.
rookie season.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something. I'm like, I'm not hoping this, but I'm like, if Keenan gets hurt, then Lad's production's going to go back up.
Sounds like to me you're opening.
No, I'm not. I just want my Chargers to win. I could care less about fantasy if the Chargers go win the Super Bowl this year.
That man is wants the Chargers to win, but praying that Keenan's knee goes down. So
But no, Cortland Sutton has been an honest surprise this year. I know he was good last year, but I just like, I mean, let's just say I have a bias against the Broncos because that's Steve's favorite team, and I'm just like, they're also in my division, so I just don't want a Broncos player. But
yeah,
and I think I also got bit in the butt by starting Likely.
yeah. I
And
also sorry, good.
no, I just I thought at least he would maybe get like two or three catches on his debut back, but uh, I don't know if I've told everyone. I also didn't watch any of the games this weekend, so I don't know how often he was on the field or if he even was looked at. But Just thought he
I
would at
can tell
least
you
get
right
a
now,
few looks. Yeah.
he was on the field 46% of the time. So,
Well,
but
need that
the
to jump
Ravens
up
were in
like
shambles.
70% and then maybe like 2 to 3 looks. That's all I need.
The Ravens were in shambles. I'll tell you that. I'm not like I know it says Lamar Jackson went out with a hamstring. Maybe it was a hamstring, but that dude looked like shook.
Oh
That guy
gosh.
looked like he was just getting like he was getting ransacked, dude. They were like blitzkrieging the whole time. It was crazy. It was like, yeah, I would have quit too. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, I want to say this game was also very close, even though RJ had a goose egg on his thing. So again, I'd like to just reiterate, I did not deserve to win this, but I'm glad I did. 2-2 is a lot better than 1-3, especially when it comes to the playoffs. And I think that this will probably, at least for me, what's that?
Oh, I also just want to say how surprised I am that the Giants were able to pull off the first loss for the Chargers. I was not expecting that. I thought them starting a
RJ the
rookie
only one.
would have. Well, I'm also like I completely forgot how much of our team has been like hurt this year, and so
Yeah.
like we lost Joe Alt, Khalil Mack, we lost Slater, we lost
Mm,
Merriman. I don't
the
know.
real
We're
family.
losing a lot of key players, and so I was just like, I thought at least just kind of like rookie kind of jitters that we would at least get a couple of turnovers. We got a fumble and 6 sacks, which is crazy. 6 sacks is actually really wild.
Yeah, it is.
But I thought we would have got at least one interception to kind of compensate for a few more points. But it is what it is. Sorry, go ahead,
Yeah,
Mike.
I didn't watch it. Nah, that's fine. That makes sense. It makes sense too. I think it was a smart play. But again, like somebody, I think Jason said this was 90% luck. I'm sure you can go back, listen to our podcast. I've been saying this probably since the beginning. This is the game is mostly luck, and so you don't know. I think the last thing, Cortland Sutton actually, I have the video proof of this on the draft day video. Cortland Sutton was somebody I wanted to draft as well. I think I was in between him and Devontae, one of the two. I can't remember. He was
Mm,
like after that first round, I wanted to draft two wide receivers, I think, or maybe it was just the
yeah.
third time around. And I remember I wanted Cortland Sutton as well, but I decided against it. Anyway, it's been fine. I'm
I
waiting
mean,
for
him and
Aomai Noor
Devontae makes sense. I don't know if I would have considered him and Debo close together,
to.
but him and
Every,
Devontae, I could see that.
so you were one of those people that were like, these guys are old. To be fair, though, again, they are old, but and it might come back to bite me. But
No,
it's
no, no,
it's
no. I just thought I don't trust Debo in the new system. That's kind of what my thinking was.
mm.
But I did trust Devontae with Matthew Stafford. I have a lot of trust in Matthew Stafford actually.
That's really interesting because Daddy Cliff is there and he loves to use people that are very athletic. So, and at least Debo's not too old, even though he's pushing 30. That I think he can be utilized in that way.
I
It
don't.
also
He just
helps that
doesn't look into the same shape that he was when he had that high production year. Something's
yeah, it could
off,
be.
and I can't tell if it's mentally or physically, but something's off with Debo. That's why I just steered away from him.
Yeah, I don't know. But it also helps that Terry is out, I believe. So that helped him at least this week to probably get more looks in the end zone. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say on that, and then we'll go through the week, and we're at 30 minutes, and this is fine. Okay, RJ, do you have any comments about this week's matchups other than ours?
So this week's matchups or going into week 5? I just wanted to
Yeah,
clarify.
this just this last week.
Let's see. I think. I mean, the biggest one was kind of just Adam having to wake up to Jalen Warren not actually starting
Oh,
after
dude, that was
saying
crazy.
that he was going to start.
That was
So it,
crazy.
I, I can sympathize with Adam because being on the West Coast and having to wake up for the early games to make sure that would my lineup would be good.
Yeah,
Would have also been really hard to kind of do. But man, I even if he did like do any production, Joe absolutely destroyed either way. But it still would have just that would have just started off my Sunday on a bad note.
yeah. I mean, Joey's team's really good, which is surprising. I mean, he also has Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback, and he's still doing well. I the other crazy thing is that I'm sorry, Kenneth Gainwell had like a 30-point game
Oh
on that.
gosh.
So there's some people who in some leagues probably like picked up Gainwell very quickly, like in the last minute, and decided to start him would have done very well. Uh, but yeah, I think a lot of Joey's success again is mainly driven by James Cook's steadiness, who I think his lowest score has been 21, no, 20 points in the first week. He said 20 points,
Oh,
28, 22, 24. He's been a rock. I mean, a solid rock for Joey's team. Oh, Pearsall got hurt. Oh, that's
I think we
bad.
could also talk about Joe really having a lot of faith in Kyle Pitts too. This is the third year he's drafted him. This is
Oh, it's
the
coming through.
and I guess Kyle Pitts is suddenly deciding to show up, and because I remember I was sending Joe kind of memes on the side over Instagram up till draft days, like the
Oh, really?
fantasy drafters who are really debating on if they should draft Kyle Pitts again. I'm like, Joe, this is gonna be you, and it
Yeah,
looks like he went through with it, and at least this week it paid off. We'll see if he can keep up the production for the rest of the year, but I I don't know if he will with someone like Drake London, but we'll see.
yeah, we'll see. So, but anyway, I'm starting to realize all these people that have gotten hurt. I'm gonna briefly go through. Sorry, some of the things that I want to say. Caleb's still undefeated, but barely won going against Dan and his team. So again, that's just particularly Jamar Chase. Again, he's just suffering from not having Joe Burrow. And then, of course, to me, I always have to mention that David lost somehow. And it takes 155 points to have David lose because he scored 130, which is even crazier. And then lastly, I have to mention that Adam has 68 points. But again, Warren was out. But Adam's strategy that RJ alluded to 10 or 15 minutes ago was to draft. I think he drafted four wide receivers in a row in the first round. I can't really look at this. I don't want
Pretty early, yeah.
he had a pretty insane draft. I don't know. RJ, I
So he
think you were
drafted
there live
three
in
receivers
California.
first
Yeah.
before he just finally decided to draft a running back in the fourth round, who ended up
And that
being
was Pacheco.
Yeah,
He
Pacheco.
drafted Pacheco. His first running back. But then he picked up Warren, which is good because I think he ended up becoming the main
Yeah, the
running back.
starter.
And then
Ooh, what really hurts is he drafted Bigsby, who eventually got traded to the Eagles to just be a special
I
teams
mean there's a
player.
lot of stuff that hurts here when I look at this draft, to be honest with you. So but yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it was fine. I mean Malik was good.
Yeah,
But until he tore his ACL.
and
And
then Higgins before Burrow got hurt.
yeah. So, sorry, I was going to go through and list. So, like I said, Lamar Jackson's gotten hurt for me, probably out for a couple of weeks. Thankfully, not season ending. But let's look at if there's any other season. Tyreek Hill just got hurt and is out for basically the whole season. Apparently, Corey Cedric Tillman is on IR from a hamstring injury. So, that guy's out for Caleb. Who else do we have, RJ?
For just injuries. You're just looking for injuries.
Yeah, but like really bad ones.
I mean, James Conner for me just
James
got his
Conner.
leg absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, poor dude. He was old. That was another guy I wanted to draft late, but I think somebody took him before me. But it wasn't.
Najee also off for me, got his leg destroyed. Literally, my two running backs got like literally their entire ACL, MCL just got literally
Who does
ripped.
Najee play for? The
The
Chargers?
Chargers, yeah.
What happened? I don't know. I
Um,
think I missed that. Was that preseason or what?
it was like a non-contact injury. It was like a turf, and he just like ripped his leg apart, basically.
God dang, dude. I'm telling you, these old running backs, man, you can't trust them.
Who else has gotten hurt?
Jason Thomas started Drake. Yeah, that's fine.
I
Sorry.
don't think any big receivers have got hurt, have they?
Not
No.
majorly, besides the ones that we've already mentioned. CD Lamb got
Okay.
hurt a couple weeks ago, but I
Yeah,
think
but
he's coming back.
he'll be back soon. Yeah, I don't think he's was big.
And then, okay, well, that's it. Anyway, so people are starting to drop like flies, which is really sad. Oh, Mike Evans, I
Do
think
you
he's out.
wait? Do you really think it's the turf though?
I don't really know. I don't understand it enough, to be honest with you. Ultimately, I think that it's just a part of age. So I guess I'm sorry, my brain is starting to remember watching videos or listening, talking to people about this. So on the surface, it doesn't make sense. I didn't study, what is it? It's not psychology, it's physiology. Is that what the word is? Didn't you do?
Kinesiology, or
Thank you,
I guess
kinesiology.
sports science, probably
Yeah,
any of those kind of
sports
options.
medicine. But it makes sense that especially given the strength of the runners and the fact that the artificial turf doesn't have that give as much as, like, if you were running on grass and you had a large amount of force, the ground is probably going to give before the tendon does, or the ligament does, I should say. So
Yeah.
I think that makes sense, but again, I don't know the science behind it. I could believe it. I could throw in my $2 hat, my $2 that I have for my conspiracy theory. So
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, because there's a lot of, at least for basketball, there's a lot of Achilles injuries coming up too. So I don't know if there's a one size solution, but maybe it truly is the turf. So I mean, it's not my
I'm just gonna
expertise.
say it right now, man. I'm just gonna say it right now. Some people, genetically, they got weak Achilles. That's what it is. All right, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's fair.
So, and then again, probably some of it's just luck too. I mean, freaking Aaron Rodgers for some reason is starting for Joe's team. The dude got hurt on like the second play last year, and now he's
Oh
come
yeah,
back. And so I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad that thankfully we're at a point where I know the quarterback's not necessarily a very mobile or athletic position, but or explosive position. It doesn't have to be as well. But
I mean, unless you're Cam Newton or
yeah,
Lamar
I'm really,
Jackson.
I'm just really grateful that a guy in his 40s can tear his ACL. I mean, tear his Achilles and then come back and play next year for a
Oh
different
yeah.
team. Um, but yeah, okay. So in general, then I think we're kind of getting close. All right. So, but looking on the league, for me, generally speaking, again, I'm surprised at Caleb's team. I guess this is fine for what I'm at. I, of course, think more. I know people are going to make fun of me for this, but every year that we go, I feel like I learn lessons and I try to go from that. And so even last year, I think I felt very confident in my team. Um, and I ended up making it there, but I believe somebody got hurt. Keenan Allen or one of my running backs got hurt, and that kind of hurt my playoff chances. But so that's really surprising to me. Other than that, I don't really
I
know.
mean, you're
Oh,
second in your division, so that's not too much to complain about.
thanks, RJ. Like that's a great look. So we're on the same wavelength because I forgot. I think when I was talking about the new changes that we also added divisions. Um, so we've expanded the team. We've gotten rid of the keeper, but we also have divisions. So we have the four divisions, which is MHS OG1, which is me, Joey, Steve, and Daniel. And then MHS OG2, I'm sorry to say this, but I think it's the weakest division, which is Caleb, RJ, um, Michael Work, and I didn't say Michael's name last. I don't know if I finished the list. Anyway, Michael Work and Adam. Then we have the Austin Bums. I did not come up with these names. I think it was Steve,
I'm
which
sure
is
it was.
David and Jason and Forrest and Taylor. And then the other old guys, which is Tyler and Sean and Arlem and then Sam. And yeah, so I mean, I'm happy to be in the middle of my division. I think it's a strong division in that case, except Dan, to be honest with you.
I mean, the
He
old
had that
guys is
one.
looking pretty strong at the bottom.
Yeah, I think the Austin team is probably the better one. But that's just me. I haven't really paid attention to them. Of course, they always have David. Jason's team, I think, is really good, and I think Taylor's team has the potential to be really good. But I don't still know how. I don't know if they're going to grow into it or if this is kind of going to be like a one-off thing, where everything's clicking. So,
I
but it'll be
mean,
different.
we got a lot of
But
football left, so we'll see.
that's what I was going to say. It'll be different because the season is still very long. So Chase Brown, still come through for me. Browning just needs to learn to check down. He'll get 20 points every game. But also, with the injuries stacking up, it'll be different. Caleb's 4-0 now, but if you look at his team, at least what's left of his team, Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, Keon Coleman, Tyler Kraft, David Montgomery, and then that's it. He has Rashid Rice, which may come too, but he has no backups. And that's one of the difficulties I think coming out. I don't know what your thoughts are on the 16-person team because I know that Dan a couple weeks ago said we should add another bench spot, but
Yeah,
when people get
I
hurt,
I
it's like we
agree
got
with
nobody
that
left.
analysis too. I think one more bench spot would be nice. Um, but then it might turn into a little bit of a stashing competition, also,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's the
because
give
of
and the take.
the sheer amount of injuries that we've seen.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it could definitely shake things up. But so far, I mean, we'll see how this year plays out. Um, because I feel like our voting system is based on a season basis, right? Everything would have
Yeah,
need to be voted on beforehand. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But yeah, I think I do like the division aspects of things. It makes it a little bit more competitive.
Mhm.
Adds that little extra competitiveness within kind of your division to see who plays out. And is it two from every division goes to playoffs, or is it just the top teams?
Yeah, I believe it's the top teams, and then let me look at the. So my thought is that it's the top one team for each division, and then from there it's the highest, the person with the highest one. So then the four
Ah,
with the highest
okay,
records will go. I'm sorry. The three with the next highest records will go between them. So it's going to
gotcha.
be first round gets a bye. So yeah, I'm sorry. The overall number one pick between the division leaders is going to get the bye. Whoever has the best record, and
And then
then
everyone goes to the poop bowl. Everyone else.
yeah, yeah, but it's gonna be it's gonna be the same thing, just in reverse for the poop bowl. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. Yeah, everybody goes to the poop bowl because it's eight.
Yeah, yeah, because the
That doesn't
top
make sense.
person would get a bye, right?
What are we losing? Yeah, sorry. Hold on. I'm looking at this right now. We have eight, two, four, six, seven. I think somebody doesn't play, dude.
Oh,
Who's
so,
this? What's that about?
so are they just automatic
Taylor?
poop champion? Is that
Yeah,
how
I
that
think
works?
Taylor. I don't know. Hold on. Taylor, Adam. I'm looking at the. I'm looking at the playoff bracket right now. Adam,
Oh, I guess I'm on my laptop, so it doesn't show up the same format.
Dan. No, I think something must happen. Yeah, they have the poop in the last place. So I don't know. I think I'm missing something. But from what I can see, I probably just can't count because it's late. We have
No,
six plus
I think
one.
there's got to be some reward for being the top record,
Yeah,
right? They get a bye week
I'm
or
trying to
something.
find. Maybe that's what it is, and they just don't show it here, like on this.
Gotcha.
Maybe it is there, and they're just not showing it. So because the this one's behind on the web app. Anyway, so I agree with you 100%. I really like the format. I hope it was Steve's idea. It was a really good idea to use AI to kind of. He had to manually enter in all of rearrange the things, but he had AI to create the schedule so that we kind of had that same divisional thing where we play each other twice, and then it's also front loaded and back loaded so that it becomes a little bit more competitive. And then we play the other teams. I don't think we play everybody, or maybe we do. No, I don't think we can. So we don't play everybody, but we'll play most of the people, and it's kind of
From the
evenly
division, yeah.
distributed. Yeah, we play everybody in the division twice. So we had our first 3 weeks was in the division. This was the first one because RJ's in MHS OG2, and so that's how we had our cross division. You can think of them as conferences as well. I would say the MHS one and then the other guys. So, and then the last three before the playoffs are going to also be within your division as well. So it kind of makes things more intense in that, if it's a really close race between two people, like you're going to play them. And I think it's great. I hope that we keep it going. I hope we still have 16 people, but I don't know if people will be interested in it. Going back to the IR point, the point about the extra bench slot, I am still on the fence. Thinking about it again while listening to you, I would still say that I would rather be in a situation. It's not neither of them are good situations. I would rather be in a situation where you have teams because of injuries that are just starting random people. Maybe there's some thought, maybe there's none to it. So basically, I'd rather have like a wounded and destroyed, not destroyed, but a wounded and kind of whittled down team than having somebody that has like stashed all of these people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because then
No,
it's
I
not
agree with
it's
you.
then it's not that fair because injuries are random at least, and you can get really unlucky. And so because they're unlucky, again, I would rather people still have that opportunity to spend all of their fantasy bucks or whatever they're called,
Yeah.
or spend some of them and get the people that they want. Or again, just be in a place where you have two unlucky teams that are like, I don't have a wide receiver, I don't have a slot, I don't have a flex, and we both don't have flexes, and that's just how it's going to be. So,
No, yeah, I
uh,
think it adds more strategy to that, right? It's like you got to think about like, do I pick up this backup and hope that he gets at least
hmm
eight, eight rushes, or just
hmm
some amount of rushes to get me some extra points because this opponent also has an injured player, and so it's like it'll be a competition of like backups or things like that. Because I
yeah,
think if it just becomes stashing, like then yeah, it's not that it won't be unfair. It's just like I guess that would be a strategic edge. Is like, oh, like let me stash an extra tight end because this person's not going to need a tight end. I can see that, but I think it's
Yeah.
just it creates more competition if we're all like literally scrapping for just someone to play for us.
Yeah, and then I just have my anecdotal thing that I've had in a couple of weeks. I mean, the last couple of weeks. I think I had Hunter Henry, and I had to drop him. Tyler picked him up. Dude's gone off. Kind of upsetting, but whatever. And even now with like Lamar Jackson, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks, not be put on IR. So I'm going to have to get rid of Ollie Gordon, who I think is growing, and eventually, like in the midseason, is probably going to become more of a split back carry because Achan is small and he can't carry the weight of all of that the whole time. I'd love to hold on to him, but I might have to let him go, or I have to do. I think it's Danny, hold on, Brown. Anyway, I'll have
I
to do
mean, if you want,
Brown.
do
But
you want Ollie for Stafford? Are you liking Stafford?
we could talk about. I mean, I might. It's
Talk
interesting,
about that
but
offline if you're interested. But just
but
saying.
De'Ami Brown also I think is very like I think he did a very good job, and I think he's becoming a more prominent role as Brian Thomas Jr. Star has descended. De'Ami Brown I think has risen, but unfortunately he got hurt in the Houston game, and so I kind of want to hold on to him. Jason Tolbert I can probably get rid of, but it's just one of those things where it's like I'd like to hold on to him for as long as CD is out. But he's probably the first one to go. So, like to me, it becomes a point where it's like, I'm not debilitated. I'm not at a point where it's like, man, I can't like play a full team that I think will do well. It's like I just can't hold on to the people that I think might hold on to, and that's kind of where you know that's like that's sorry, that's how it is. I'd rather again be in that situation rather than having somebody hold on to or multiple people, half the people hold on to all of the cuffs of people that get hurt. And then they don't even use them, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, uh, anyway, I think I belabored the point. So we're encroaching on an hour a day, so let's try to wind this down if we can. So looking forward into the next couple of weeks, into maybe the next month, because that's probably when we'll have the next one. Where do you think people are going? Where do you think you see yourself? Sorry, in your fantasy team. And I don't know if you have any hot takes for the next month, basically.
Yeah, I mean, so I think at least for my division, I think it'll slowly even out with Caleb's injuries. I might slowly teeter towards the bottom with mine. That's kind of my prediction.
Yeah.
Because I really do think Michael and Michael has a decent team. I think he might be coming up in my division. So it might be a
Mm,
fight for me and Adam at the bottom.
mm,
Uh, for your division, yeah, I agree with your analysis of Joe. I think he still has a very strong team, and unless, I mean, granted, no injuries happen, he might take y'all's division.
mhm,
Um, I, I I think you will probably be able to continue to claim that two spot. I just don't see the Steven and Dan being very competitive as of now.
mhm, mhm,
Um, that's at least for that group. But I agree with the other two divisions. I think those are really strong. I don't have a necessarily have an idea of where those are going to go. Like, yeah, David's team. I guess at least for the top piece, David team looks really strong in the
mm.
Austin
Always
group.
does.
Um, but I think it's a toss up between the other three. And then I guess similar kind of format. I'm still very surprised that Tyler is at the top of his. But I
Mhm,
mean, him and Arlem are both 3-1, so um, that'll be an interesting fight to kind of see where that goes from there. Um, but yeah, I mean, all these injuries I think are just showing that anything can happen, and the divisions might be mixed up moving forward. So really kind of looking forward to see how people scrap for players when the injured players do get hurt. But we also do have some smart people, similar to kind of my strategy is holding on to people who are going to come back.
mhm,
Um, I don't think it's going to work out for me. Mixon's looking to be more on the negative side, but for someone like Caleb with Rasheed Rice, that I think that's going to play out for him. I think David also had someone that he was kind of like handcuffing, but I know that was another thing going on in our chat is this the risk and reward of PUP or IR players going into the season, which is something we're chatting about potentially voting on next year because but by definition, PUP and IR are kind of the same situation, but um, we'll leave that for another time. So we'll see where things go from there. But that's just kind of my brief analysis of the divisions, at least.
Yeah.
Um, I I'll be honest, I don't see myself making playoffs with how my team's
Oof.
going. It's going to be another one of those years. Um, if I were to, yeah, I mean, based on kind of what I already said, you can kind of have an idea of like who I think are going to playoffs.
Yeah.
But again, like you said earlier, it's a long season, so we'll see where things play out.
Yeah, a lot of people can get hurt. So, but yeah, RJ, you can't ride on the back-to-back championships forever. I guess you could. So it's more than half the league could say.
Yeah.
Uh, do you think? So, what do you think? Steve's going to trade Derrick Henry, or did you make him an offer?
Was that?
So, you think Steve's going to trade Derrick Henry? Did you make him an offer?
No, I don't want Derrick Henry right now. I don't think I have anything to offer for him, basically.
I
Without giving too much of my team.
Steve, as always, and this is how it goes: is that trades never go down because either people are expecting too much. Actually, it's just because people are expecting too much either on side. I offered Steve Devonte Adams straight up, one for one. Devonte Adams for Derrick Henry. Rejected me. No
Oh,
comments, no anything.
a, I
Just
would
said no.
I would be
He said
enticed by that trade actually.
he said no, thank you, sir. And that's what I thought too. I thought it was reasonable. He didn't say anything. He didn't laugh. Didn't do anything. But he was just like, no. That's a it was polite no, and then didn't say, he just left me on red. And the craziest thing is that if Derrick Henry did not have that one crazy game
Oh,
where he had two long runs, Derrick
yeah.
Henry would be a flop. And that's the crazy thing. And I think in Steve's head, his expectation, Steve, I'm telling you right now, as you're listening, his expectation is that. That's all he thinks about. Derrick Henry had one 30-point game. But if you look at everything else, 3-point game, 11-point game, like 8-point game. Take away that first game, Chase Brown has done a better season than him. And yeah, I mean that's just a reality check, in my opinion. And so I thought I would have done it. Plus, Steve
No,
has
yeah.
other really good running backs. And I need a
Yeah,
running back.
I mean, I again, I would be enticed by that trade, and I agree with that just because, I mean, there might be something going on with Derrick Henry too. I think it's a psychological thing.
Oh yeah, he's
Uh,
fumbled twice, so
yeah, and so
costing him
now
in the
I
game.
like, and you can kind of just, based on the highlights I've seen, you can kind of just see it on the body language of his teammates is that they've lost a little bit of faith in him, at
Mm.
least in those clutch points of the games, and so um, we'll see how he bounces back from that, but.
He's
I
old.
think he'll
31.
still be. I think you can still put up like an average of like 10 to 12 points a week, but
That's all I need.
I think Devontae has higher upside. Is kind of why I'm just like
That's what I'm saying.
why I would be enticed by that trade is because I
For
think Devontae
sure.
has more upside than Derrick Henry.
I think a lot of times what it is, especially because I will admit again, Devontae is old. I mean, he's older, or at least as old as Derrick Henry. But I think
But he has
what's like
Stafford now.
it to me, it's just the fear of getting hurt. That's it. That's it. But as long as if you take that away, Devontae Adams is going to get a bunch of targets, probably going to get a touchdown at least every other game, and it's like he's a solid guy. But anyway, he rejected me. I moved on. So, he said no, and I said thank you for your time, and we'll move on. So for me, what I got from you, RJ, was basically that everything's going to be the same as it is, and I would agree completely, barring any other large shakeup. I actually would say Caleb's team's probably going to do worse. I don't know how active he is and how aggressive he's going to be in working the waiver wire. And it's really important. Like it really comes down to getting that right person, or not necessarily even the right person, but just getting somebody that may give you 5 to 10 points on one week. And then these wins start adding up again for him. He has a boatload of wins that he can kind of coast on for a while. But it might be precarious where the next time we do this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever, that he might be 4-4, 5-3. And for you, it might be there. So y'all's again, in
We're the
in
weakest
not an
division.
insulting way, in the weakest division, I will be very interesting to see how that plays out. Sadly, I think Adam's season is done. I know that's bold. I'm sorry, it's very confrontational, but his team, he just lost Malik Neighbors. and Warren was out randomly because he didn't clear his knee didn't clear or something. So I don't even know what happened. So that guy has an injury bug that may never go away. His best player is, I guess we're gonna say, Collins or Odunze. Odunze's actually done really well.
I
But
think
yeah,
it's
it's like
Wednesday right now.
I don't think.
Stroud just doesn't have the time to throw the ball to Nico.
Yeah. So, but besides Collins, if they ever figure that out, that'll be great. But otherwise, the way things are right now, he really, I don't even think he has a top 10 player on his team, except again maybe Odunze. He's done really well. Yeah, Odunze's number 3 actually. Wow. So, um, but anyway, I just don't think that's going to be enough to win. I think he'll consistently have average. I don't know if this points for is accurate. If it is, no, it is because I think
Yeah.
no, I don't think it is. Anyway, if it is, then he's done about 80 points. I think he probably has the lowest points for out of everyone. He just put up 66, I think, this past week. So, and I don't think it's going to get better, to be honest with you. Yeah, 68, 69,
Yeah, that's fair.
68.66. But everybody else, I think, will be the same. For me, I'm looking at my schedule. It's probably going to be a mix of good and bad. I don't know, especially with losing Lamar. I'm not really going to sure. I might even lose a lot of the games because I have a pretty tough lineup coming up. But the back end, especially if Steve and Dan's team continue to do poorly, I can pick up 3 or 4 wins at the back end between playing Adam and Steve and Dan. But Joe, of course, will be tough. So, yeah, all of that's to say, I really think everything is going to be the same as it is, unless somebody gets really hurt. Meaning, just that the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer. And so,
Basically.
but it'll be really interesting, I think, to see as the season progresses when we come back. Not just in between the divisions, because I think some people are going to run away with each other. I don't think y'all's division is going to run away. I think it's going to still, hover around together. So that'll be fun to watch. Maybe the Austin Bums might stay competitive. I just think David's going to run away with that pick. It'll be interesting for the other older guys between Tyler and Sean. I'm sorry, that's not Sean, Arlen. But Joe's going to run away with ours. Like, there's no doubt. So it'll be interesting to see the other 3 remaining. I'm sorry, the other 4, no, 3 remaining seeds. How do they compete with each other? Um, yeah. Okay. All right. RJ, you got anything else left to say? The podcast's back, at least for now.
Uh, I'll just I'll just go ahead and give my predictions for who I think the champion's going to be.
Oh, okay.
And then who's
All
going to
right.
be I'm gonna bring in the hot take who I think the champ and who the poop bowl is going to be.
Wow.
Um, I think Loki David's going to come up with another one,
Don't say that. Don't say
and
you're
then
uninvited.
and then either me or Adam might end up with the poop bowl champion, and
RJ,
that's just
RJ, you gotta
sad ending
believe
to
in
say.
yourself, man. Your team is not that bad, RJ.
I don't know, man. I just haven't had that kind of luck.
RJ,
Like
you
even
made one bad pick, which was Ladd McConkey. That's it. Otherwise,
no,
your
no,
team is good.
but Marcus, you got to look at this again. I'm having one of those years where my points against and points for are so close together. I'm just
Uh,
on the it's teetering towards the points against, and
mm,
it's just disheartening kind of see that. So that's my predictions for who I'm going to see at the Poop Bowl and who I think is going to end up. I think David, and if it's not David, I think Joe might be able to pull it out. But
well,
the
that
Poop Bowl
is
is
that is
coming out of my division. That's
that
what I'm
is
thinking.
fresh out of the oven, right out of the frying pan. I am not going to make a prediction because it's way too long, and we've already had
Hey,
like I
that's what
said, at
makes it
least four or
exciting.
five
That's what makes it
four or
exciting.
five top players have season-ending injuries, so anything can happen. But if we have this in 4 more weeks, I think we can then have a better picture, assuming who's all together. But all right, that's it for us on the Sand Huskies Weekcap. Glad to be back after a 5-year hiatus, and hopefully not another 5 years before we make another one. And thanks for listening. RJ, I don't know if you have anything else.
No, that's it. Until next time, everyone.
Until next time, peace.